Hi, Pam Dyson, founder and director of the St. Louis Center for Play Therapy Training, where we provide affordable continuing education opportunities for play therapy credentialing. If you've never been to our website, I encourage you to do so, www.stlplaytherapy.com. I'm here today with a play therapy tip. When you were a child, I wonder if you ever made a fortune teller, or a cootie catcher as it was known in some circles. I certainly remember doing this when I was probably in about third grade. Back then, we would put words on the outside or colors, different things like that, and someone would spell it out. On this one, for instance, it says SAD, so you would do SAD, inside are numbers. You would pick a number, say 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'd pick another number and you'd lift it up, and it might have your fortune underneath, like you're going to marry Billy Johnson, that type of thing. So I use a variation of that, and I know a lot of play therapists who do. This particular one has 4 different feeling words on the outside, basic feelings that a lot of young children can certainly understand or be taught to be able to understand: happy, sad, mad, and scared. And I also do the little feeling face. This particular fortune teller, cootie catcher, hand talker, as I've heard some kids refer to it, has under the numbers questions rather than fortunes. It has a question. This particular one is appropriate for children who are experiencing separation and or divorce in their family. So might have a question underneath like, what's the best thing about your family? Something that makes you laugh. Who's your best friend? What's something you like to do with your dad? So you could come up with variations of ways to help assess a child for how they're affected by separation or divorce, or how they're coping with it. And I've used these in group settings with kids as well. It's a great way for them to get to know one another and to ask other kids questions that they might be interested in knowing. Is that the same for you? A lot of support comes from knowing you're not alone in your feelings. So I'm going to show you how to fold one of these. And you can always Google how to fold a fortune teller, and you'll find lots of websites that are going to talk you through that. You need a square piece of paper to start with, and since most paper is rectangular, we're going to have to fold it like this and cut a strip off the end of it to make it look like a square. So right here like that. It's important to be pretty accurate as you can so you get nice even folds. I believe this is a form of origami. I'm not sure, but I think it is. So now we've got a folding line there. We're going to fold it this way and have another folding line. So we've got 4 triangles. We're going to take the point of each side and fold it into the middle like this. It looks a little confusing at first, but after you've folded a couple of them, it's pretty easy actually. And then like that. Then we're going to flip it all the way over, totally upside down, and we're going to repeat that folding. We're going to take each corner and fold it down into the middle. This is a good activity to do with children who struggle with frustration, because they have to go kind of slow and take their time and line everything up. So, and if they don't get it right the first time, they can unfold it and refold it. Now we're going to flip it back over. We're going to fold it and crease it a little bit to make it a little bit more pliable and easier to use. And sometimes the next part is the most challenging, to figure out how do you make the thing work. So these were the points. Now we have squares out on this side. So we put a finger under one, a thumb under another one, and then we do the same on the others. A finger and a thumb. Once you get it folded and creased and move it around a little bit, it's a lot easier to manipulate. So it's going to work just like this. So on the outside, on the squares, much like this one, you would put 4 different feeling words. And then on the underside, you would put numbers. I usually just use 1 through 8, but you could certainly use any numbers that you want. And under each number then, you would put a question. So if you unfolded it, that's what it would look like. So you can come up with the questions, or you could have children come up with the questions. I mentioned that I use this in groups. I've also used it in families where they can use it to ask questions of each other. So a simple, fun thing to do. You only need some paper, pencils or markers, and a scissors to cut it into a square, and practice a little bit of the folding of it. And you can use this little fortune teller, cootie catcher, hand talker as an assessment tool, or as a way to help maybe kids come up with coping skills as well. So I hope you like this strategy, and I hope you use it. And I love to hear from people when they use some of the techniques that I share. So you can always send me an email at pam@stlplaytherapy.com. Let me know how you use it, and if you're open to doing so, I would love to share your ways of using this tool or any of the other ones that I've shared. I would love to use it on my blog or on my website. So I hope you enjoyed this one and have fun with it.